G'day guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a long time since I've made a video. It's been a fairly long time, but I'm back. I haven't quit or nothing, so let's do it. This is our tips video for round 14. Let's review our round 13 tips. I got top 41, 4 out of 8. I've got a total score of 71. And let's go over my tips. So I tipped Adelaide by 21. I thought it would be not a blowout. But Richmond with the upset. Well done, Richmond. And I was 29 points off with that. Then I tipped the Bulldogs. What were they doing? To lose by 40 plus points to a Lions side. That's sitting 13th on the ladder. And you guys could have maybe, if you had a good enough, you guys honestly would have, if you won that game, you would have got pushed into the 8 because they have a big percentage, the Doggies, but they lost by 43, so that's not very good for them. For the Dogs, might not be tipping in this round. I'm not sure if they have a bye or not, but we'll see. And then Hawthorn beat the Giants. I tipped Hawthorn, they won. West Coast to North Melbourne. Well, now here, we lost. I might be the only Eagles fan that is going to say this. We weren't robbed. That shot, well, we kind of were, but they still would have kicked a goal after that anyway. If Jason missed or something, they still were destined to kick a goal. It looked like it. But we probably would have had the momentum. But throughout that second and third quarter, I shout out to North Melbourne for that second and third quarter. They obliterated us. Well done, the Kangas. Maybe they can pull off 3 or 4 wins this year if they keep going like this. Well, they won't, but at least 2 or 3. But all props to North Melbourne, but we should have won that. Good comeback by us in the last quarter, but we just let it slip away from us. The Saints beat the Suns. Bit of a controversial one there. But, look, they played better, the Saints, throughout most of the game. And then the Suns made a little comeback and almost won. But I got that tip right. And then Sydney, what a comeback. I was watching this game in the first quarter and I was like, oh, crap, I'm going to get another tip wrong. But thanks, Sydney, because they actually went on to beat Geelong by 5 goals, which was pretty good. And then the Sunday night footy, Essendon lost to Carlton. I tipped that correct. So I'm very happy about that. And then the Big Freeze 10 game, Collingwood-Melbourne. I'm very surprised that Collingwood got the job done there. But good job, Collingwood, for that as well. They played really, really better than Melbourne from the first few minutes. I didn't see the first few minutes, but I was watching the game after when I got home from school, so I got to watch the second half. But, yeah, I've heard a couple of people say from the first few minutes, the Collingwood Magpies looked like they were already going to win that match, and they must have. I didn't rewatch it, but good job, Collingwood, for beating the D's. It's not really a hard challenge, but that was my review for round 13. And let's have a look at my tipping comp. Oh, my wife was just disconnected. Alright, there we go. Alright, the CJ Coast tipping comp. In round 13, that Blues Premiers 20 and Charlie Lucena and Renee 1997 all got a score of 5. Blues Premiers, I think that's Nick Valerio. He got the best with the best margin. But Charlie Lucena got 40 off. Renee, 19. 97 and got 41 off. Then I finished 10th in that round of tipping. And yeah, but let's look at the total score. So leading the comp is Nick Valerio with 78. Then O1 Club is 77. Belly Boy 2,500 with 76. I forgot it. Cube is 76. And Sean Holland with 76. Charlotte Sainer, I think, of 76 as well. Then Blaze 17 has 75. Luke Ultra has 74. Shannon is another notable name. He's got 74. Coast Club has got 71. I've got 71. Skipper's got 68. And down at the bottom, Training was off to a flying start. But look what he's done now. He's only got 67 down the bottom. But Onka, he or she, I don't know the gender, has 50. Yeah, buddy, you're definitely going to finish last, I reckon. But now that we've reviewed all of that, let's get into the the tipping for this video, shall we? Let's do it. Alright, so starting off with the Thursday night for this round, we have the Lions taking on the Saints at the Gabba. Now, Brisbane come off a win to the Dogs and the Saints come off a win to the Suns. Both sides sitting on almost the exact same premiership points on the table. Lions with 22, Saints with 20. And the Lions had a really good win against the Dogs next week. All credit to the Lions. And then the Saints, really, last week they were up the whole game against the Suns. And then the Suns came back in the last, but the Saints held the win. Were the Suns robbed? Were they not? Who knows? But both of these sides got a win last round. And it should be a good game at the Gabba. But seeing as the Lions beat the Bulldogs by 7 goals, and the Saints only beat the Suns by 3, I could see Lions winning by maybe 6 or 7 goals, but I don't think they will. I think the Lions will get the job done by 21 on the Friday night footy. To mention, no more Thursday night footy. Next game, the Dogs take on the Dockers at the Marvel. The Western Bulldogs, they come off a massive loss to the Lions, a surprise loss. Then Fremantle, they had the bye last week, but the week before that they beat Melbourne by 92. And both sides coming off, their last game was a win. Not both sides, one of the sides in Fremantle. But Fremantle, they've been great this year. The Dogs haven't been great the whole year. So I'm going to edge towards Fremantle to win this one here. Oh, what's this? Oh, crap. Alright, we can just get out. No, I don't want to zoom into this. Alright, just don't mind that. So the head-to-head last 5 matches, round 8 this year, so that would have been 6 weeks ago. The Dockers won, then the Bulldogs won last year twice. So Fremantle are not in the best of form against the Dogs, but I'm going to tip them to win by 31. The Dockers, seeming as they absolutely thumped the Demons in the Northern Territory. Let's just hope the Bulldogs can get a bit close, but I reckon Fremantle will win. Moving on. Oh, where do I? There we go. Moving on to the next game, I'm going to put the form guide up, but we're not going to watch the video. Moving on to the next game, the Tigers take on the Hawks at the G. Richmond came off an upset win to the Crows, and then Hawthorn. They've won their last 3, won 4 out of their last 5, only losing to Port Adelaide where they should have won. So they should be 5 out of their last 5. They're sitting 12th on the ladder. Richmond sitting 17th on the ladder. Look, if it weren't for the Hawthorn Hawks start, they would be top 8 contenders as of right now, and they probably still are, but what a win against the Giants last week. A goal with 1 minute to go by Luke Bruce to win the game. Richmond, they've got a chance here. Last time they won by 1 point. Good comeback by Richmond. I was watching that game. Even though Richmond got the upper hand last year, they were much better last year than this year. And the Hawks were much worse last year than this year. So I'm going to tip the Hawks to get it done by 13. It'll be a thrilling contest. Richmond will have a pretty good game. Moving on to the Adelaide Oval for Saturday night for the Adelaide and Sydney. Big call. Sydney will get the job done by a massive margin. The Crows have lost 3 out of their last 5. 3 out of their last 4, in fact. Swans have won their last 5, and I think they've won plenty before that as well. Just doesn't say. But last year, the Adelaide Crows got robbed to this side. So it's a bit of a controversial match-up at the exact same time it was last year. Not the exact round, but yeah, so Adelaide, they got robbed last year. But this year, Sydney will really get a comfortable win to the Crows by, I'm going to go by, since Adelaide just lost to Richmond and they haven't been in the greatest of form before. They lost to Hawthorn the week before, then they beat West Coast, and the week before that they lost, I don't know who to though, can't remember that far, but I'm going to go Sydney to win by 43 in a smashing contest at the Adelaide Oval. Moving on to North Melbourne, Collingwood, 11 a.m. on the Sunday at Marvel. I'm already going to go straight off the bat tipping Collingwood. Yes, all props to North Melbourne. They beat the Eagles. They were up the whole game until the last quarter, or not the whole game, the first quarter the Eagles were up. But then, to be honest, I'm proud of my Eagles for making that comeback. They shouldn't have won. North, I reckon Elliot Yeo's tackle should have been ball. Not the one, should have been ball, but it shouldn't have been ball. It should have been a ball up. We would have got the clearance. We could have kicked another goal and we could have won the game. Horrible umpiring there. We should have won. But, yeah, should have won against the Kangas Eagles, but good job, North Melbourne, for getting your first win of 2024. Yes, and the Pies have been a much bigger side than the Kangas this year, and it should be a smashing game, I think. I'm going to go with the Pies. North will have a bit of contest since they just beat the Eagles. I'm going to go Collingwood by 45, but North won't. Actually, no, I'm going to go Collingwood by 67. That's a bit of a massive margin, but if North lost to Port by like 60, surely Collingwood could kick an extra goal and win by 67. So I'm going to go Collingwood by 67. North's percentage will drop down a fair bit. Moving on to the Giants versus Power. Straight away, going to tip the Giants. Now, the Power coming off a loss. So, and I think their loss from the Power was, they lost to Carlton by 6 goals. And if they just lost to Carlton by 6 goals at home, how are they going to do against this Giants side away? The Giants, they got close last week against the Hawks, but they couldn't get the job done. They just only lost by a goal in it. The Giants won 1 out of their last 5. Power have won 3. But, well, the Giants, they're only a win away from the top 4, so can't really talk horribly about them because they've got a big percentage. And if they win by 20 or 30 points, they will be in the top 4. Unless Geelong win or Collingwood win or Fremantle win. But if all those sides lose, they'll be in the top 4 if the Giants win. But yeah, I'm going to tip the Giants to win by 31 at Giants Stadium. And the Giants will be back on track to finish top 4 again. So that is my tips for today's video. I'm back. I've not quit YouTube. But those are my tips for this week. I hope you enjoyed. We'll see you on the next video or vlog, whatever it is. Peace